Hello, hello. Welcome to Sugarheads Live. My name is Sugar. Today is Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all you moms. Let me put this over just a smidge. Yeah. Happy Mother's Day to all you moms. And today's topic: my boyfriend tried to sleep with all of my friends. Juicy topic. Um, Get me on sugarheadsclothing.com. See me on YouTube, Boss Lady Sugarheads, SHUGARHEADZ. Boss Lady Sugarheads, that's me. You can see whatever you miss, you can go on there. And thanks for the support. I really do appreciate it. I'm getting a lot of great feedback. Thank you for those who like my show. I appreciate it. Send me some love, tell me if you like it, what you don't like about it, whatever. It's going to get better. As soon as I can move around a little better, it's going to get better. But right now it's just talk. We're just talking, we're getting to know each other, and everything is groovy, as they say. Today's topic is, like I said, my boyfriend tried to sleep with all my friends. Now, I was dating this guy 5 years ago. We met 5 years ago. He became attracted to me. We vibed it. We vibed. Did grown stuff, and that was it. Couldn't get rid of him after that. Couldn't get rid of him after that, I tell you. He came in with bad intentions, believe it or not. He came in with bad intentions. Some of the neighbors try to set me up and got, as they say, they wanted my money, so they sent him to get it. Of course, I didn't know that, because at the time, me and my neighbors, we was talking. So I didn't know that they was planning this big hoax, So when he got to know me, he's like, it was nothing like they was explaining to him of how I was. So we became friends. Anyway, to make a long story short, he wanted to find out why do these people hate her so much? Because the first couple of dates, he's like, you're going to be my wife. And I looked at him like, listen, it's not even a month yet. What's going on? Excuse me. Pardon me. Yeah, I said, it's not even a month yet. How come you think I'm going to be your wife? Whatever. So it made me nervous, So I kept my distance. I kept, my heart distance or whatever. But like I said, we vibed. So he went on this quest after a couple of dates of knowing me, because he was brought here to turn me out and get all my money and whatever. So then his heart changed, he said, and he realized I was not that type of person that people was telling him about me. So he went on a quest to see why they hate me so much, like I said. So you know what he did? He started getting to know all my enemies and why they hated me so much. And he even went and started, he went from person to person to person, whatever. I guess he started with my neighbors and he befriended my neighbors. Cause It's one of the neighbors that didn't like me, the Jamaican, because his cousin started talking to her, and they be they became friends, and she just wanted what I got. So anyway, so he went undercover, so to speak. Not so to speak, he went undercover. He went undercover to find out why these people hate me so much. And it took 5 years. Many times I'm like, I keep telling him, I don't want to see you again, do what you want to do, blah, 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 blah. Because he had to be with a lot of women. Because a lot of women hate me. Because from one person to the next person, he even went to my friends and family. Yes, he did. To see who would want to sleep with my leftovers or want to sleep with someone they thought that was my boyfriend. And they wanted to sleep. He wanted to see why they, like I said, why they hate me. Why they hate me so much. So, at first I didn't believe him or whatever, but he used to come and tell me everything. He said, I'm not sleeping with this person, I'm not sleeping with that person. We're leg to, how you sleep with your siblings, kids? He said we're legs to head and blah, blah, blah. And sometimes he told him he's gay. So, because after a while, the women was really pressuring him to have sex with them. And they couldn't understand why he wouldn't sleep with none of them, with them at the time. So he was like, I'm gay. I like women. I like men. And, so he had to go into this real undercover persona. And of course, when you hear someone that, you're with or whatever, with another woman, you don't trust them. You're like, oh yeah, right. You're just telling me that to hold on to me and blah, 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 blah. But no, seriously, one time, he went with one of my cousins, and, she's lesbian, and she wanted a baby. But she knew that him and I dated. So she tried, she thinks she's slick sometimes. Not sometimes, all the time. She thinks she's slick. So, because she has the gift for gab. And she has the gift for gab to get stuff for free. And sometimes she does. Most of the time she does. Because she just talks her friends into giving her free shit. So anyway, and her mother. So anyway, as a lesbian, she wanted a baby because she's in her 40s. Her lesbian girlfriend, which is a very nice girl, by the way. Best thing that ever happened to her. I love them to death. We don't get along anymore, but I'll tell you what she did to me, why we don't get along. I don't understand why she did it, because I would have gave her anything on the face of the earth. Because she's mad cool to hang out with, you understand? And I really don't know why she did it. But anyway, what she did was, I needed a tire for my car, because my car tire had a bubble. And I had to get a car inspection. And I was told that I wouldn't pass the inspection with the bubble on the car. So I just wanted a real cheap tire until I can get, because my tires cost like $400, And so she took off the old tire from a car she was selling, a rundown car. And she took it to a tire dealership that she knows. And I told him, I said, I just need a little cheap tire, $50 or whatever, because I just need to pass the test. Just make sure it has enough thread, blah, 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 blah. So he gave me her tire. And she got money for that. And when I found out what she did, I was so hurt. And I said to her, if you needed $50, I would have loaned you the goddamn $50, but I don't know to this day what made her do that. She denies it to this day, but I know she did it because I was told she did it. And I couldn't understand why she did it. I would have did anything for her, because when she was sick, she had the same injury almost that I had. And I was the one that was transporting her all over the place. because her girlfriend can't drive. And anywhere she wanted, anything she needed to be picked up, I was doing it for her. So I really don't understand why she did it. So anyway, so he told me that they wanted a baby. They wanted him to give her a baby. So I said they wanted the natural way or they wanted the bottled way. He said, I don't know. I need you to look it up and send them a bill. So I looked it up. And I said, if y'all have sex, this is whatever, because he's going to have to wear condoms. So that doesn't make sense. Or she has to be checked out, or he bottles it up, and she pays him for it. So I looked up how much does someone get paid for sperm. I saw somebody got $80,000 for it. I sent her a bill. He said, send her the bill. I said, for real? He said, yeah, send her the bill. He said, she wants a baby from me. And he said, your ex-tenant wants a baby from me. Send them both a bill. I said, my ex-tenant? He said, yeah. He said, she wants me to be her man. I said, oh, really? She said, yeah, and she wants to have my baby. So I said, why she want to have my baby? She said, because she can't stand you and she want to one-up you by having me, then having a baby for me. So I said, okay. So he told me the stuff, and I sent them both bills for $80,000 PayPal. I did, So I heard the lesbian couple, my cousin, she went, complained to my sister, crying. How dare your sister? She know how important this is to me. How dare she say something like that? How dare she make a joke of me wanting a child? I'm like, I'm not making a joke of you wanting a child. I'm making a joke thinking you was gonna get it for free and thinking that, you're gonna get over me of trying to fuck my ex-boyfriend. That's what I thought was the joke, and you thought he wasn't gonna tell me. So he told me that. Then he told me my ex-tenant, she has a mad crush on him, and his son's mom and him was having some problems, and or she was sick and things, so he had to take care of his son, and then his aunt wouldn't accept his son to stay there. So him and the girl became friends, so she rented an apartment downstairs or had him stay in the living room, or then told him come in the bedroom. Anyway, long story short, he ended up in her bedroom. So he said he slept foot to head, and he told me why. He said because she had children by different men, and she was embarrassed, and she didn't want her family to know it was from different men. So since him and her are friends, they from the same country, which is Jamaica, and he's gonna pretend to be the kid's father. So I'm like, whatever, So I'm like, you sure it's not your kid? He said no. Why? I'll tell you later. So anyway, so she got pregnant from the last child. He's half Chinese. He's Jamaican and Chinese. And so she got a bright idea because the lady across the street gave her the idea. Because I don't know if you listen to my other vlog, she's Jamaican, the other lady's Jamaican. She's a teacher, an ex-teacher. The lady across the street is an ex-teacher. Now she's a nurse. So came up with the bright idea, because I'm telling you, she had a mad crush on my ex-boyfriend. Serious. To the point that she started telling people that the child is really his. And before that, he used to send me money. Every time he had a job, he used to send me money because he wanted to pay his taxes and stuff like that. So he would send it so they can tax it through to the company that he had. And my Airbnb, the Airbnb and stuff, so he can tax it because his customers sometimes would stay there. So every time this little girl and her friend across the street hear that he would send me money, they would call everybody trying to get that money. I take the last session that the last person came and was saying it's their money. I bring it up because he's half Chinese, but he's dark skinned. She is dark skinned. I'm talking about dark. She's dark, he's dark. Okay? Dark like this. Okay? Well, close to it. So both of them is dark skinned. So they had the bright idea of getting pregnant for a Chinese guy and blame the baby on him and tell her parents and her family that is his baby, because the family is thinking all three children now is his, because he's doing her a favor by saying that, because he didn't want her to look bad. Because like I said, they grew into a friendship, but she was one of the people that didn't like me. Mind you, she stayed here for a little bit in my house. He told me in my house she tried to talk to him, and no, the barbecue. So because I had a 4th of July barbecue, and she moved by that time. Yeah, she told me she was moving to Long Island. I'm like, to Long Island? So happened he lived in Long Island. So I said, oh, and then and then I checked his address to her address, and it's like 10 minutes away. Because I was wondering, how you move from Brooklyn to Long Island and all the way up there? You understand? So she moved close enough to be with him, and then she put the moves on him. So anyway, 4th of July, needless to say, he didn't show up because she was here, I was here, whatever. At the baby shower, her first baby shower, he was there, and when I showed up, he sat in the car until I left, and then her and her baby father was celebrating the thing. Everybody was taking pictures of her and her baby father. My ex-boyfriend was in the car. So I said, okay, whatever. So now all my ex-friends are her friends, and all my ex-friends are my cousin's friends. So he said that they had an apartment downstairs, so he rented the apartment downstairs for him and his son. But he was hardly home, but his son is a teenager, that his son used to go upstairs to eat and stuff like that, and he used to pay them or whatever. So anyway, the mother wanted to rent out the place downstairs because she was getting more money. So he wasn't staying there a lot, but the son was. So he started paying her and the mom to keep the son, because they had a 4-bedroom. And plus they have a son, his son's age. So he thought that would be best, because he don't know a lot of people in New York. He doesn't, most of his family is in Jamaica. It was him and his mom moved back to Jamaica. So it was just him, and then his sisters and brothers live far, you understand? So, and it was a cousin, and then he found out his cousin don't like him, so it's only him alone. He don't have any friends or family, so he kind of hung around the girl who used to be here, because that's the only friend he really had. Like I said, him and his cousin stopped talking. And he just went around to all the people that said they couldn't like me, didn't like me, and he found out why. You understand? So every time he found out something, he would call me and tell me. And he would notify me. Well, this person don't like you because they said this and that, or blah, blah, blah. And this person's not your friend, and blah, 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 blah. Then he found out what they doing to me, how they trying to kill me. And he saved my life. He really saved my life, because many times they threw snakes in here. They threw snakes up to yesterday. They threw snakes in here, raccoon, because raccoons are wild animals. And the lady across the street, she would throw baby raccoons in my house, because I don't know if you know about animals, but most animals, when you try to touch the babies, they go mad crazy and attack you, and that's raccoons. So she got the bright idea of putting blood all over my doors and stuff, raccoon stuff and sense of the raccoon, so the raccoon can come to my house and smell the babies and try to get in and attack me and things like that. And that's crazy. So he heard all that and he saved me from that. You understand? He saved me from that. And then they started attacking him, you know. And before they became enemies, she lost her house, and he bought the house for her. He bought the house for him and told her she can be the tenant, because nobody really want to live around here, because it's a nice quiet block, but the block is getting ready to be demolished. So he said rather than look for a new tenant, she don't want to be embarrassed to let everybody know she lost the house. So she so he said okay, because like I said, they was friends at the time. So at the time, so he said you can be my tenant. So don't you know that as soon as that happened, she went berserk, plotting to steal the house from him and hunt her daughter and her kids and conjure up some kind of scheme to threaten him, and so she can take the house back. She even went downtown, not fucking allegedly. They telling me, oh, you better say fucking allegedly, because the bitch is always running downtown trying to sue me for something, her and her bum ass daughter. So yeah, I speak a lot of shit about them, but they actually do shit to me. They come breaking my house. They still, up to this fucking day, they still do that. So yeah, they even went in my lawyer's office trying to find a job. All my neighbors went into my lawyer's office trying to find a job because, you know, I have a lawsuit pending, and they want that lawsuit money. So she went downtown and tried to get a marriage license, saying that me and her is married and we are lesbian lovers, so she can get all my money. The nerve, right? She got all my IDs from the banks that she made friends for and the cops. And she went downtown pretending to be her daughter. Either her or her daughter pretended to be my girlfriend, and one of them pretended to be me. And they were trying to get marriage license. They were trying to get a marriage license saying that we're married. They legitimately get a marriage license saying we're a married couple. So she can get my insurance, because she has no insurance because she lost her job. Because I had to report her stalking me because she was stalking me. Up to this day, she's still stalking me, stealing my mail. Not just her. All the neighbors stalking me. Stealing my mail, stealing my identity, stealing whatever. So that's why sometimes I want you guys to see what I look like. So just in case they try to pretend to be Rhonda, you'll see who Rhonda is. You understand? And yeah, Rhonda Gibbons, that's me. So, and my son, the one you saw this morning in the previous vlog, that's my son. Yeah, because her son and the neighbor's son, they trying to pass them off, those three, as my son. And they trying to pass off the other son because, you know, one of them is, the father is tall. They trying to pass them off as my ex-boyfriend because they trying to use his green card. Because like I said, she wanted the house back and he bought the house. Put as a tenant, so now she got all the neighbors attacking him. Fucking ingrate. The fucking bitch of an ingrate. You understand? So now he wants his house back and he wants her out. Because he thought he was doing a friend a favor. But I told him, I'm like, that's not, I said, those people are not your friends. This keep enemy close business. I don't believe in that shit, because sometimes you slip and you talk about what's going on in your life, and your fucking enemy is right there listening to everything you say. So I don't believe in that enemy shit. You stay far away from me. I don't want to be nowhere near you. I do not want to be nowhere near you and your bullshit. So stay clear. See how I have to live? Because any beck of light, they try to look through the light with a telescope. Because just in case you're wondering why all these things are up on my windows and stuff. Any speck of light, they try to look through. You know, like this is open now. They try to look through. They got their cameras directly He told me. He said they got their cameras directly inside my living room, inside any window that they can find, inside of it, not the road, because I mean, of course, you got a camera. Your house is gonna be on their camera or whatever, but they specifically got their camera aiming straight through my window. Them and them. He has his camera right there, but he's right next door. This thing, so he has some kind of listening device to my windows. And I showed you the little film where his cousin was by my bathroom window trying to cut out my bathroom, so when I'm not here, they can come through my bathroom. Yeah, all that I gotta live with, all that. These pathetic people. So my ex-boyfriend, he went undercover, and it took him 5 years to find out. You know, because I'm trying to lead a regular life. You know, I'm like, I don't have a boyfriend, and my cousin, and my husband is missing in action. So I'm single. You understand? Because he's living his life, my husband, and, you know, I haven't seen you for, 5 years, so you're not really my boyfriend. So she used to tell him all sorts of things, because one day he went to Jamaica. His dad was sick, and he went to Jamaica. And his phone, he was on the phone with me, and his phone ran out. So happened one of his friends was walking past and stopped and talked. So he asked his friend to use his phone, and he called me back. So months later, me and him got in an argument. He told me to pick him up at the airport. He didn't tell me what time, because he said it's at home. He's going to call me back or whatever. Anyway, I couldn't get him. He came to New York, didn't see that I picked him up, and he went to Queens, where his son was. So I'm like, okay, you didn't call me. How am I supposed to know to pick you up? But anyway, he came back to Brooklyn, to Long Island, I mean. He came back to Brooklyn, and this one tells him, oh, she's sleeping with one of your friends, and she's messing with one of your friends in Jamaica. So for all this time, he's thinking that I'm being foul by messing with one of his friends, because I did call his friend. Remember, I just told you, he called me on his friend's phone. His phone thing out. I couldn't get him. I couldn't find him anything. I called his friend's phone, and I said to his friend, can you find where such and such is and tell him to call me? He said, well, I'm not really going to that town right now, because I thought they was in the same neighborhood, going into that area right now. So I thought him and this guy was in the same neighborhood, but they wasn't. So he said when he go over there, he's going to tell my boyfriend. So I think the next day the day after, I called him again. I said, well, did you get in touch with my boyfriend? He said, nah. And every other day I kept calling him, and then I realized he's not doing it. So me and this guy had an argument. You understand? I'm like, oh, F you, you calling yourself his friend, and here you are lying to me, telling me you're gonna get in touch with him for me. I said, I don't want you, and what kind of friend are you? I cursed him out and hung up the phone, and that was it. And before that, a day before, he sent me a picture with him and my boyfriend. And then he sent me a picture of himself. I know it sounds like a lie, but it's not. He said, oh, you want to see how close me and your boyfriend is? And he sent me a picture with him and my boyfriend in the car. They was going somewhere. And then he sent me a picture, because he told me of what he does. Because I told him that, what I'm into housing and properties and stuff like that. So he said, oh, I'm in the same business. And he sent me a picture while he was at his job, because he's also a contractor. So I said, okay. And that's it. That's why he sent me his picture. That's why I think he sent me the picture. But she made it into a big thing. And, my boyfriend, he had a broken heart from his ex-wife. And she slept with one of his best friends. So he thought I was doing the same thing. And he started going crazy. So he started stalking me. He started setting up this, setting up that, having her watch me. Because that's what she wanted. She wanted continuous access to me. So if he's giving me access and anybody asks, well, her boyfriend don't trust her and her boyfriend told me to watch her and he's the one that's doing this and he's the one that do it. No. He just asked you to watch me. And she started setting up the cameras. Oh yeah, all in my fan, all in my light bulbs. All my light bulbs was cameras. One of these, the whatchamacallit, the fire thing, yeah, the smoke alarm, camera. All in my bathroom, all in my personal space. This bitch would have cameras all in my fucking bedroom. All of them. All of them had, and still do. That's why I sleep in the dark. And I just told my husband, I'm like, you got to get all these cameras out of my house. Because, you thinking these people are your friends, but they're not your friends. And because he's mad at my boyfriend because, he just don't like my boyfriend. So he wasn't listening to anything that I said. And she was telling him it was my boyfriend. Because when I told my husband that she's stalking me, he found out how to get in touch with her, and he got in touch with her. And she lied and kept saying it was my boyfriend telling her to do that. And it wasn't. She's a mean bitch. I'm telling you, she's a fucking bully. I could imagine what teenage girls was going through with her. Because I can imagine the neighbor behind her. Because when we was talking, she used to talk about that neighbor like that neighbor's doing her something. But now I know that neighbor wasn't doing her nothing. She was doing shit to that neighbor. She was hooking up to the neighbor's lights, the neighbor's gas. She probably had cameras in the neighbor's house. Yeah, she was talking about that lady like crazy. She was talking about that lady like crazy. You understand? And now I know because I'm feeling the brunt of it. That bitch is fucking crazy. She went after my grandmother. She went after my aunt. She switched my aunt's medication. She tried to kill my grandmother. If it wasn't for my ex-boyfriend, I don't know what I would have done. And I told my husband. Don't be mad at him. He saved my life many, many times. You understand? And he told me about her with trying to kill my aunt. You understand? And trying to kill my grandmother. He told me that. And this woman is fucking crazy. She needs to be in jail. Her and her children and her brother. She needs to be in jail. She has a fucking serious problem because when her job told her that she's under investigation for stalking me, they found out other things about her. And they saw her literally going in and out of my house. So and they didn't even want to take my complaint. They was on her side. It took me 2 years to get somebody to talk to me in the school district. And then she was relying on the principal lying that nothing went on or whatever. But I guess the private investigator didn't lie. And the private investigator say, yeah, she going in people's house. Not only my house. She was going probably in the neighbors behind her house. And all of them is just phony. He lost his job because he was stealing. He was stealing and still is my packages because he was a supervisor for the postal office, and I never knew that. I thought he was just a mechanic that messed up my car. I thought he was just a mechanic. Come to find out, he was a supervisor. So yesterday, I'm jumping from thing to thing. So yesterday I heard that all of them jumped on the FBI informant list. Because, sometimes when you're on the FBI informant list, you can do damn near anything and get away with it. But they're the one that's creating the problem. And being an informant is informing other people. And the other people is dumb. But they just wanted to get away with it and get away, do anything that they wanted. So now they off the list because I told the FBI. I'm like, why are they on the list? They don't belong on the list. They're the one that's creating the problems. They're the one that's doing the problem. They're the one that's calling people in California, in Miami, all over the place, other Spanish people, other cops. They're the one that's doing it. So don't Do not give them anonymity. Do not put them on this list. They need to be in jail. They don't need any no. So they're off. You understand? But they're terrible people. So he went door to door, so to speak, friend to friend that don't like me, try to be, friend to them, see if they would come on to him, see if they would try to sleep with him, and most of them wanted to sleep with him, and most of them hated me and talk all kind of shit behind my back and stuff. And he told me what all my family members were saying about me. He told me all my cousins were saying about me. He told me all my so-called friends were saying about me. He said down to my friends wanted to sleep with him, knowing that I was dating him or wasn't dating him no more, whatever. Yeah, he told me. So this little experiment, but he saved my aunt and he saved my grandmother, and I appreciate that. So, I don't know. But all my family thought that he was here still to steal money and stuff from me, because that's what they told her. Oh, you're so stupid and da, 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 da. And because she wanted my family on the side, and she got it. And after I found out that my cousins and them and my sister speaking to my enemies, I broke it off with them. I love my family to death, but if you rather see me in pain and try to make me sound like I'm crazy, even though I'm certifiable by the city to sound crazy, and befriend my enemies and put my son in danger. Not just me. Your friendship with my enemies put my son in danger. It did. And I won't forever forgive my family for that. I won't ever forgive him. I mean, my son, I love him to death. I'm willing to give him up as, thing, because, it's all about me now. I'm 50. It's all about me. He has to live his life, but it's still your child. You understand? It's still my child. And my only child to that. And for my family to be friends with my enemy, it really hurt me. I didn't know what to do. And my husband says sometimes your family is your enemy. You gotta let them go. Just because they family, that don't mean you have to hold on to them. And I had to let my sister go. I had to let my mom go. I had to let my cousin go. Like I said, I love them, but they don't love me. I'm the black sheep of the family, and I took hold of that. I understand a lot of people don't understand me, and I get it. I'm a complicated person, but I like genuineness. I like realness. I like real friends. I don't like holding back. If I'm hurt, I'm hurt. I want to tell you. If I'm not, I'm not. If you're doing something, I want to be happy for you genuinely. I don't like being around fakeness. It takes too much energy to be fake around people who don't like you. I want people to be comfortable around me. I want to be comfortable with people in my house. I want people to feel comfortable when I'm in my house, so they won't think I'm trying to steal something or sleep with a man. I want to be around people I can trust. And now that I'm 50, I want that bad. I don't want to be around phonies all the time. I mean, you're going to a dinner, whatever, you say hi, bye, whatever. But to actually be friends with them all the time, it takes too much. I can't live like that. That's not how I want to live. And for the next 50 years of my life, I want to be around true people. Even if we're not best friends, at least we're friends enough that, anything I hear about you or anything I hear you say, I'm not going to run and tell somebody or whatever. Because, yeah, we're not close, but we're still friends and whatever. And you telling another friend that's in my house. So something about you, I mean, I like you or whatever. You can't have a lot of close friends. You have a few close friends, but you still have friends. And I want to have true close friends, and I want to have true friends. You understand? That's me. I don't know about anybody else. That's me. I want you to trust me in your home. I want you to trust me when you have to talk. And I can't. And then, when you're around phone, you forget what lie you told in order to keep your shit secret. You understand? I don't want that. I don't want to have to forget. And then they, oh, she's a liar. Yeah, I'm lying because I don't fucking want you in my business, bitch. So I don't want that. I don't want you around me. So, boom, there you go. Yeah, I lied because I didn't really want to tell you the truth that me and my man having a problem. Because, you know, I'm hurting and you going to be laughing behind my back. I told you everything is good. Because I know how you know, you don't like me on the low. So, you know, stuff like that. Then they said, oh, she's a liar. Yeah, I'm a fucking liar to you. Because you're not my friend. You're just somebody I know. But you always want to be up in my face because you want to hear my business and stuff like that. So that's who calls me a liar, because that's who I lie to. You're not my friend. I don't want you in my business. So I tell a fib or two. My real friends, I tell them. Girl, you know this nigga and whatever and so and da da da, you know. I had one really important thing, and I told one of my closest friends what he, you know, about somebody, not somebody, my boyfriend. And I didn't tell nobody else but her. Nobody. Because she's in that game and stuff like that, and I wanted her advice and whatever, you know, but she couldn't talk because people was listening. So she acted like she wasn't really interested, but she couldn't say anything. And I understood. So, you know, I couldn't get advice on what to do. So, yeah, that's me. So if anybody tells you that I'm a liar, I'm not a liar. It's just people who I don't really consider a friend. I don't really let them get into my life. I don't want any phonies knowing my business. I don't want any phonies to, you know, be around me. I don't want them to rub off me. I don't. And like I said, all that energy that I take to pretend that I like you, I can do something constructive with that energy. I can do something constructive. So I'm not going to waste my energy on you. I'm not. I don't go out my way to hate you. I don't go out my way to do anything to you. I just defend myself. And I don't like the word hate, because hate takes up a lot of energy. Because you got to find things to counteract what they're doing to you. You understand? And all the time. All I do is get up, make sure my money is right, make sure my client's money is right, and that's it. And on my day. Sometimes I spend a little bit more time making sure that my money's right, and then I go on my day. But I don't get up every morning, how can I get her back? How can I do that? No, I worry about me. I worry about my surroundings. But they always do stuff to me, you know, like the Zelle thing. Somebody sent me a lot of money. He said he sent me $1,000. You know, and somebody else sent me more than that, but that's under investigation because they did it as to see who's stealing all the money, because they work for government. Yeah, right now I can't even see my Zelle. They went into my phone and got all my stuff going to their phones. And you think I can call NYPD and ask them to help me? No. Because I finally got through to my phone company, and they said, ma'am, that's not us. They downloaded something on your phone. I said, I know. And I tried to go to the cops, but the cops, you know what the cops do? Let me tell you a little trick what these crooked cops are doing. When you report a stolen identity, they ask you all your business. And you know what the crooked cops do? They go try to get a house in your name. With all the information that you just gave them, they try to go get a property or something in your name. That's what an officer told me. He said, don't do it. He said, don't go down there and file no paperwork. He said, even though they got your identity, these people don't go down there and give your paperwork, because you're going to be signing all kind of papers to your house, to whatever. He said that program is a farce. the identity theft where you have to go to a police station. He said that's a farce. He said the police, what they do, the crooked cops, excuse me, the crooked cops, they take all your information, go buy a house under your name. House, car, whatever they need, put their kids through school, take a loan out in your name. He said that's what, and he's a cop. He said that's what they're doing. He said I'll try to help you as much as possible. He said, but anytime you know anybody who has identity theft and the cops ask them for all your personal information, all your paperwork and stuff, like you buying a house or something, that's exactly what you're doing. They're supposed to just get minimal information and maybe take your picture so they can show people what you look like. They want everything about you. Passport, green card, this, that, all kinds of paperwork. They got you signing all kinds of... He said, let me tell you, the trick is, after you leave, they get something in your name. They go buy a house. They go buy, take out a loan. They give it to their peoples. And that's, he said, they created the black web with information. He said the crooked cops. And he's a cop, like I said. It's one of the tops I'm selling. It's a bow. Yeah. It's a bow. It's a bow top. It comes in all colors. You don't see. It's a bow top. Comes in all colors. So yeah. He said don't go down to a police station and report identity theft. Even though that's what the FBI and stuff tell you to do, he said he's trying to find a better way for people to report identity theft, because if your information get in the wrong hand, and it would, they selling it to black market, they giving it to the crooked family, and the next thing you know, a whole bunch of people got stuff under your name, your credit going bad, and they the ones who's supposed to be helping you, but he said they the ones that's selling it, you know. So that's it. So, you know, he went undercover and he found out all the information. So now she has 3 kids. Oh, I didn't finish the story. So he's half Chinese, my ex-boyfriend. He's half Chinese and half Jamaican. He's dark skinned. She's dark skinned. She is so in lust. She's so in lust with my ex-boyfriend, and she wants to show me that she can have him, that she went out and had sex with a real Chinese guy. Now, you know, real Chinese guy are light skinned. And the baby came out light skinned. So she told everybody that the baby is my ex-boyfriend. She went down to court, filed court papers, because Reyes is her ex-boyfriend. Yes. She started dating the guys on the block. I don't know about that. So she started dating Reyes because he was trying to use her. So anyway, well, not trying, he did use her. And I heard she got pregnant, and he made her get rid of it. He don't want any black babies. He just want black informants. Out of all the kids, he made her get an abortion. And she did. So now she wanted my ex-boyfriend, who's half Chinese, and she got pregnant for a real Chinese guy. Blamed it on my ex-boyfriend. Went downtown, filed paperwork for child support because she heard that he was giving me money. He was sending me money. So, and he was filing his taxes and stuff, you know. So she wanted his tax money, and she wanted his, whatever money he sends me, she wants it. But he owed me money. So that's why he was sending the money through me, put it through taxes, and then he can put that he made money, you know, whatever, because he would get paid, send it to me, get the taxes taken out, then he would pay me with the leftover. But he wanted to file taxes because, you know, he wants to show that, you know, he is a productive member of society. He's not just up here going crazy. He's working, he's paying his taxes, and he's living his life. You understand? And, you know, in contract work, it's cash. But he wants to pay his taxes. Oh no, so they was trying to get that out of me. So anyway, you know how it goes. She got somebody, because she's a nurse. So she got somebody to fake the baby thing, saying that the child is his. She went into court with paperwork saying the child was his. The judge ordered another paternity test, and it came out that it wasn't his. None of her children is his. And the judge looked at her. Because once you admit, a lot of men don't know this, but once a woman is pregnant, and once you sign those documentations saying that you're the father, and later on you find out another man is the child's father, you're responsible for that child. And that's what Andy do. This Andy guy on my old block, on Flatbush, he have all his kids, and he have all his baby mothers saying that it's another man's child because he don't want to pay child support. As soon as the children hit 18, he wants to, say, "Oh, I'm your daddy." That's what he does. He have like 9 kids, and all of them think that a different man is their father, so the mother can collect welfare, and the other man, if get caught, can be claimed as the child father, the children's father, and he paid child support. And at 18, lo and behold, oh, he's not your dad. This person is. That's what he does. So that's what, I'm telling you, young men right now. There's a lot of young ladies like that. A lot of Jamaican women like doing that, I heard. I heard a lot of Jamaican women like to give men a jacket. You know what they call a jacket, right? Some other man's child. And just because that man is acting up, they pick the good guy to say that's the father, because the good guy is going to pay child support, take care of the child, come visit the child, whatever. They know the bad guy is not the father, but he don't got no money, he ain't got nothing. But the other one, yeah, so that's what they was trying to do. But thank God, the first one came out positive, that she took to court, because, they rigged it in the hospital. She's a nurse. She got friends who work in the clinic department. But when the judge ordered it, it came out that he's not father of none of the children. You understand? So he's because they tried to put him in jail for non-pay. Oh yeah, she was doing the ringer, because Reyes is friends. So Reyes don't like him, and Reyes want everything from everybody, and she don't like me, and she don't want him to give me no money. So them two got together and came up with all their plots of how to scheme and whatever. And yeah, so they Reyes had his friends arrest my ex-boyfriend on non-payment of child support. But when he went to court and the judge ordered a paternity test, the judge found out he's not the father, so he let him go. But up to this day, her family don't know that he's not the father, because she still wants somebody to claim her children. She don't want to be embarrassed that she had 3 children from 3 different men. No, I'm not going to call her name. She knows who she is. No, it's not that I'm scared. I just don't want to give them the time of day. They want something to talk about. Because up to this day, they stalking me, acting like they don't care, but they stalking me. She's putting cameras all over the place. You understand? So I just want them out of my life. I don't care nothing about them. I don't want y'all around me. I don't want to be your friend, because y'all not nice people. You're not nice people. So anyway, that's the story of my ex going around, trying to sleep with them, because he said he was doing an experiment. So my neighbors now, they're trying to keep me celibate so I'll be so horny and so desperate, so I have sex with them. So they watching my front door, my back door. Yeah, I told my husband this morning, I'm like, yeah, you think these people are your friends? You know what they doing? They setting up cameras in my house, all in my bedroom and stuff like that, in my bathroom. And they blocking the doors, and any man that comes in front of it, they blocking me from dating, because they hope that I get desperate and fuck one of them, which I won't, because I'm not that desperate, because that's what Andy was doing, and he's still doing it. I heard he's telling them to do that, and they are in the hopes that I fuck one of the 3 of them, and which I won't. And many times they try to break in my house to rape me. So I don't want to be nowhere near them. They're psychs. They're crazy people. You understand? They don't know what no means. And especially when they see single women, they want to pounce on that single women with their family. So these women in their family, they come after you. And they don't feel bad about it. So when you hear anything bad happens to them, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. How can she do that to another woman? These people are setting other women up to get raped, molested, their stuff stolen, their children being snatched. These women in their family, they horrible people. Horrible people. So when you hear their kids being taken away from them by the BCW and all that stuff, don't feel sorry for them. Don't do that. These women are horrible. I still gotta deal with it. And Miss Savage over, she's a fucking savage, that Haitian girl. Fucking savage. I don't know who the fuck raised her. You understand? But her mother's a savage too. You know, so I can't even fucking explain how much a savage that bitch is. She's a fucking savage. You know, she belongs fucking under the jail. And I just don't understand, you know, all this hate, all this jealousy. Because it's about jealousy. You can have, you know, my grandmother once told me, and I lived up to that. My grandmother once told me, she said, don't be jealous of nothing that nobody got because you don't know what they did to get it. And I live by that. They don't know my struggles of how I got what. They wasn't there when my son, and they think my son is so spoiled. They wasn't there when I was only eating noodles and Franks while I was in college because I couldn't afford food or the rent or babysitter. I had to pick one or the other. And I used to buy the 12-pack, the 24-pack of noodles and 2 things of Franks for me and my son. And I used to let him go by my mom to eat. They didn't see the struggling days of the cold apartment, and he had to have socks on his hands. And yeah, my son struggled with me. So if I give him stuff now that he's an adult, you know, y'all don't understand. Y'all just don't understand what he's been through with me. He didn't give me no trouble when he was a kid. None. Everybody wanted to babysit him after a while because he was no trouble. He was a good kid. I wasn't in and out the school. I was in the school once because he was a class clown. Once. And any other time he was valedictorian. He was king and queen. Always some title he had. You understand? So, and he had a lot of friends, so he wasn't a nerd. You understand? He wasn't out there robbing or killing or doing. He wasn't into none of that stuff. He was a good friend, good cousin, good son, good grandson. You understand? So if my family's listening, don't hate on Kendrick. You know, Kendrick. You know, he did a good deed. He saved my family, and you know, he's a good guy. I don't know if we're gonna get back together or not or whatever. You know, but you know, he's a good guy. He's a real good guy, and I don't know if we're compatible because, like I said, I have a husband, so, you know, but I don't want my family going after him and calling him out his names anymore. Daddy, he paid back his debt. He protected us. He protected me, and he almost lost his life protecting my family, and they don't fucking appreciate that. They don't know what they don't know what he's been through to save our lives. They don't know. These motherfuckers was kidnapping him. He lost a kidney. He lost a fucking kidney because he was trying to save my family's life. Because one of them needed a kidney. They fuck around with their kidneys, drinking and partying and all that stuff. And they kidnap people for their kidney. Them Haitians and the Spanish guy. Yeah, they kidnap people for their fucking kidney. That's why they can steal people food when people order it. And yeah, that's why they don't fucking mind if people poison them, because if their kidney go bad, all they got to do is kidnap somebody and take their kidney. I don't know how come the FBI and the fucking cops don't fucking arrest that family already. And these people, they fucking horrible people. You know, then they steal people's deeds and stuff, trying to kill people with rodents, not rodents, with snakes. They throwing snakes in people's house. They fucking horrible people, these people. Anyway, have a good life. Happy Mother's Day. And thanks for watching Sugarheads Live every day at 12 p.m. Bye. Oh,